Hi everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Instructor, and the topic today is going to be online media. In today's video, we will look closely at publishing, include newspapers, magazines, and books, and entertainment including television, movies, music, radio, and games, and it's time to transform their traditional media into digitally deliverable forms and experiences for consumers, while at the same time earning profits. The outline had 5 parts. First, we're gonna analyze the data, the trends in the consumption of media and online content in the US to see at what level have they evolved in our daily lives. Second, we will mention the key factors that we will think affecting online newspapers. Next, the key factors concerning affecting online magazines. And number 4, we will analyze the key factors that affect the growth of ebooks. And for the last one will be factors affecting the online entertainment industry. So let's begin. First, I want to analyze the trends in the consumption of media and online content. Do you know that the average American adult spends around 4,300 hours per year consuming various media? The most hours spent online using a desktop or mobile device, followed by watching television and listening to the radio. Although several studies indicate that time spent on the internet reduces consumer time available for other medias, recent data reveals a more complex picture. As internet users multitask and consume more media of all types than do non-internet users. In terms of all media revenue, television and home video accounted for about 34% of media revenues, printed media for 32%, video games accounted for 9%, box office 9%, internet media 8%, and music 8%. Internet media, while relatively small now, is growing at 12% annually, far faster than the traditional media revenues. And what can we see from the data, That confirms the fact that online media is now a trend, a hot trend, and definitely a potential industry for sure.
Talking about what directly controls the development of online newspaper, I have to mention the audience size and growth. Although the newspaper industry as a whole is the most troubled part of the publishing industry, online readership of newspaper is growing at more than 10% a year. About 67% of US internet users, about 179 million people, read newspaper content online, make it the second most popular online activity. According to Newspaper Association of America 2016, with 64% of Americans having a smartphone and 52% tablet computer in a few short years, newspapers have become truly multi-platform by developing apps and websites optimized for mobile devices. Given the large online newspaper audience, it is clear that the future of newspaper lies in the online and mobile market, even as readership and subscriptions to the traditional print newspaper continue to decline at a steady pace. The second factor, I will call for revenue models and results, which can be considered a big challenge for this industry. Online newspapers predominantly rely on both advertising and subscription revenues. Digital ad revenues are not sufficient to cover losses in print advertising. Charging for general newspaper content was an obvious answer. publications that tried this during 1995 to 2005 period were punished by an internet culture that expected online content, such as music and news, to be free. However, the introduction of the iTunes Store in 2003 and the iPhone in 2007 changed the public perception of paid content. While plenty of pirated music was available, Apple devices, iPod, and later iPhones, iPad, and iTunes provided a high quality, convenient, and legal alternative that users were willing to pay for. Newspaper and online magazines as well have benefited from the changes in public perception. Today, 78% of US newspapers with circulation of over 50,000 have some sort of charge for online access. And that's an example of the benefits of having a right revenue model.
Okay, thanks for interesting information. Now I will talk about another online publishing industry, which is digital magazines, and we will know about the key factors that influences development. First is audience size and growth. When the screen quality improves and video on the web become common, readers pay more attention on the internet. As a result, magazines and newsstand sales have declined significantly since 2001. News magazines like Time, US News, and World Report have been the hardest hit. So, magazines have responded to declining sales of physical magazines by developing digital magazines, where audiences pay subscription fees to access. Well, digital magazine sales have soared, with almost a third of the internet population now reading magazines online. This might be explained by the fact that the total magazine's audience size increased by over 6% in 2015, especially on mobile web editions, despite the shrinkage of print subscription and newsstand sales in the past few years. Another study found that over 40% of those surveyed can read an average of 2.5 digital magazine issues in the past month. And more than 35% of tablet computer owners read magazine online once a week. And there are an estimate that about 1,200 magazine apps for mobile readers. And popular websites like Pinterest and image collecting sites that attract millions of viewers, and Facebook, Yahoo, and Twitter are among the largest drivers of traffic to digital magazines. The second factor I will call from magazine aggregator, which is a website or app that offers users online subscriptions and sales of many digital magazines. For example, Video, Picture, and Freeport, with hundreds of popular online magazines to choose from. They have the customer find their favorite magazines and increase revenue from magazine publishers. Okay, that's all about the key elements affecting online magazines.
Now we will move on to ebooks, something I really like because of its convenience and reasonable price compared to traditional books. In that field, I will talk about some key factors affecting ebooks and online book publishing. Let's start. Like online magazines, audience and audience size and growth is the first factor. Ebooks started in 2000 when Stephen King, one of America's most popular writers, published his exclusive novel online. And in the space of a decade, ebooks had gone from an unusual experiment by a major author to an everyday experience for millions of Americans, and an exciting new market for authors, changing the process of writing, selling, and distributing books. Today, Amazon and Apple together account for 85% of ebook market, with Amazon the leader with a 74% market share, and Apple in the second at 11%. The mobile platform of smartphones and tablets has made millions of books available online at a lower price than print books, because in the new published model, prices are determined by the author, usually much lower than traditional books, depending on the popularity of the author, and the digital distributor takes a percentage of the sale. But ebook sales growth has leveled off following an explosive growth period. As you can see in the graph, US ebooks sales in 2016 are expected to be $7.6 billion, 26% of all consumer books sales. Although ebooks sales are expected to continue increasing, ebook sales are not expected to continue to grow nearly as fast as they did in previous years, with only $8.2 billion in 2017 and $8.7 billion in 2018. Therefore, unlike newspaper business, it's too soon to declare that the book industry has been digitally destroyed or wounded, and some reason to believe that printed books will continue to be with us long into the future. The second factor affecting online book publishing is surprisingly from one company, which is Amazon. But why is that? Let's find out together. As mentioned, traditional book publishing, in addition to continue to publish printed books, also put them on digital platforms to serve customers who need to read books online. And Amazon accounts for almost 75% of the market, while not a monopoly, nevertheless gives it tremendous market power. This affected online book publishing as it faces the biggest challenge of control over pricing on digital ebook platforms. For critics, Amazon threatens to decimate the traditional book publishing industry with a new digital world of publishing where content is shaped by algorithms, identifying what the consumer wants and read about. Writers are their own editors. Critics are replaced by reader comments, and distribution is controlled by one or a few online stores. So it forced by Amazon to create its own book publishing brand, make industry had lost pricing power.
Now we will continue with the online entertainment industry. There are 5 main players in the entertainment sector: televisions, motion pictures, music, games, and radio broadcasting. Entertainment segment is currently undergoing great change brought about by the internet and the mobile platform. Customers
have begun to accept paying for content and also to expect to be able to access online entertainment from any device at any time. Let's first take a look at the example of these four main players. The picture shows the current and projected growth for commercial online entertainment revenue in US. So you can see here that the online TV and movie takes the most noticeable and extraordinary growth. So what are the factors that lead to the result that online TV and movies bring the most revenue? The television and movie industry is in the midst of our transition to the new delivery platform in the internet by dedicated streaming devices such as Apple TV, Google Chromecast, or Amazon Fire TV, as well as smartphone and tablet computers. The current transition to internet and especially mobile delivery is changing how, when, and where users can watch TV, such as streaming of movies from subscription service has expanded more rapidly than buying and downloading of movies. Social networks have enabled a new kind of social TV and consumers share comments while viewing the television shows. Also, broadband networks, especially those serving mobile devices such as Wi-Fi and high-speed networks, and the growth of cloud servers promote the growth of online entertainment industry. As a result, in 2016, over 50% of the US population watch TV online, and 120 million Americans watch movies online, estimated to be growing to 145 million in 2020. Daily, Americans watch about 4 hours of TV on traditional sets, but spend nearly 6 hours online using a computer or mobile device. Moreover, streaming has replaced downloading as the preferred consumer viewing platform. So you can see that here, Netflix is the market leader in streaming TV and movies with revenue of $6.7 billion in 2015. So we believe that the great results of online TV and movies are driven in large part by the drop of mobile device as well as the success of TV and movie streaming sites.
Through the presentation, we hope you understand the key concepts of media in e-commerce. Hope you know the change in the consumption of media and online content, the key factors affecting the online publishing industry, and also know the entertainment industry. Thank you for listening. If you had any questions, please comment below and we will answer them.